Well, here we are in Calicut for round 3, one final time. And the celebrations has begun. We were all geared up for the final round of Indian Supercross Racing League.
Will still have quite a fight for the title, with Fonvieille having one hand on the Riders' Championship in the 250cc international class. The gates are about to drop, and off we go racing in the 250cc international class. There's a bit of chaos at turn number 1, but Fonvieille once again gets the lead. The TVS Apache hold shot will go to him as the riders fight for their positions, heading out of turn number 1. Going through the whoops for the first time, P1 belongs to Fonvieille, but there comes an overtake behind them. However, there's a bit of a change. Nico Koch sending one on the inside and he's toppled over. The Rise Talk Racers rider has toppled over, crashing into Lane Shaw at the hairpin. He was having such an incredible run, but Nico Koch from Germany is out of this race. Well, out of the contention for the win of this race at least. Nico Koch will resume, but he is right at the back of the field. They, as it stands, would go ahead of the Gujarat Trailblazers. Now they wouldn't, because the Gujarat Trailblazers have 2 riders in the top 5. Julien Lebeau currently second, bringing in a whole heap of points for his team. That is going to be so valuable. But Fonvieille has not made a single mistake. Going to be an immense task, but behind them, there's been a big change. Hugo Manzato of the Tricolor KTM team has made up a whole heap of positions and is now up into P3. Behind them, though, there is action for the 3rd place. Slade Barola is getting close on Hugo Manzato. Slade Barola's gone down. Slade Barola has gone down. This is huge news for the championship. The BigRock Motorsport rider, who was second in the entire championship in the 250cc international category, has gone down. In practice, Fonvieille was 0.8 of a second faster than anyone over 1 lap. Now he's 5 seconds faster. Look at this. Hugo Manzato 7 seconds behind in P3. 5 seconds now the advantage between the Indy Wheelers rider and the next best rider, who is Julien Lebeau, currently on your screen. 5 seconds in less than 4 minutes. Fonvieille is absolutely lighting up the course here in Calicut. It started off with a DNF in Pune. Then it came down to a P11, a second last place finish for Hugo Manzato in the first moto. But then the momentum kept on flowing and Hugo Manzato is on course to take his 2nd consecutive podium in this entire season. The 7-time French champion started off the season with P2, got another P2 in Hyderabad, and then took victory for the first time last time on. Victory is a habit, and Fonvieille is getting used to it. He takes his 2nd win of the season, and the Indy Wheelers team have a big victory. Given the context of the championship, this will go a long way in their journey to become the team's champion. And Fonvieille, with his 2nd win of the season, takes Indy Wheelers back to victory lane. P2 belongs to Julien Lebeau of the Gujarat Trailblazers. A hard-fought performance, but this guy is the star of the show. The 7-time French champion has won this moto by a whopping 11 seconds. That's right, in 5 minutes plus 2 laps, Fonvieille has absolutely demolished the field and has given the Indy Wheelers team a big head start in their quest to become the Indian Supercross Racing League champions. Now it's time for the 250cc India Asia Moto 1, the penultimate race for all the Indian and the Asian riders. The gates are about to drop. And off we go for the 250cc India Asia class. Lots of chaos at turn number 1, and Thanara Bejan is down. That is big. for the championship. Thanarat Benjan is down. Last year's 250cc India Asian champion is down on the ground, along with another rider. That would be rider number 33, Shlok Khorpade for BB Racing Honda. And look, he's chased behind by his teammate Ben Prasid Holgren, who has that red number plate. The number plate that only goes to the winner. There's a crash. Ben Holgren is down. The Gujarat Trailblazers, the star rider, is down, and he looks hurt. It's a second crash in 2 consecutive days for Ben Prasid Holgren. Thanarat Benjan, last year's 250cc Asia champion, is down. But importantly, Ben Prasid Holgren falls down from second place. And there he is, the front end washing out, the bike toppling over him. The top Indian rider is in 7th place. Rider number 9, Rupet Barguje, is currently in P7 for the tricolour KTM team. What an amazing battle we're seeing between the Thai and the Indonesian rider. And there's a crash. Big news. Indy Wheelers Motorsport, your leading team in the 250cc Asia class, has seen their rider go down. That would be Ikshant Shadbak falling down. Safe and sound, not injuring himself. But here's how it happened. Casing the jump, not able to land, and unfortunately going down. It takes a champion to be able to get a clean devious Apache hold shot and to not make a mistake. After being second 2 times, victory belongs to Delvintor Alfarizi at last. The Gujarat Trailblazers rider wins in Kozhikode, and after dislocating his hip and breaking his wrist, Delvintor Alfarizi, the closest championship in the entire season. That's why only 1 point separating Matt Moss, rider number 1. That's a false start, folks. This will not count as the start of the race. That is a false start. This means the session will be temporarily suspended until the riders can find their way back. The gates are about to drop, and off we go racing in the 450cc international category. A chaotic start that sees rider number 13, 131 go down. That's Andre Malaval. The tricolour KTM rider has fallen down at turn number 1. That's bad news for their team. However, the whole shot has gone to a BigRock Motorsport rider, and that would be John Short of the USA. That's another rider down. And here's how it all went down. Maxime Desprez getting caught up in all the action, falling back, and it's been a tough season for John Short. Only competed in half a year of the AMA Supercross. Said he wanted more track time. He said that he wants to go racing and he wants to feel the energy of the crowd. But guys, Johnny Tixier is coming in fast. Sends a move on the inside and is able to get ahead of the Gujarat Trailblazers rider. Up into the top 5. And Johnny Tixier, going through the rhythm sections, has the advantage ahead of Juan Cross Cortez. Juan Cross hurt his ribs last time out in Hyderabad and now gets past from the returning Johnny Tixier, who is absolutely on fire here at Kozhikode. With only 1 lap left between him and him being called an Indian Supercross Racing League race winner. I had the good fortune of chatting to John Short earlier today. He said he's hungry to win. He said he loves the crowd. That will end right here today. Final couple of corners. Victory belongs to the American. John Short takes a 1-2 for BigRock Motorsport, and they get the best possible result in the 450cc international class. Gates are about to drop. And off we go in the 250cc international class one last time. Would you believe it? The whole shot, the devious Apache whole shot, belongs to Hugo Manzato of Tricolour KTM, who's been absolutely on fire this weekend. And there's a fast-charging rider, Julian Lebeau for the Gujarat Trailblazers, has sent a move on the inside, going through the whoops. And Salman Khan is entertained watching Julian Lebeau's incredible move as he goes from P5 into P3 in a matter of a couple of corners. But at the top, it is Hugo Manzato who's under tremendous pressure. Kevin Fonvieille has made a bit of a mistake and has lost a bit of time to Hugo Manzato. Two Frenchmen in P1 and P2, and here comes Fonvieille, once again using that inside line, trying to catch Hugo Manzato off guard, but Manzato has not made a single mistake whatsoever. One more move attempted, but Fonvieille is just too far behind. And what a turnout it's been, and here comes Fonvieille. He's waited for too long, picks his moment, and gets P1. The Frenchman for Indy Wheelers takes back P1 for himself, and Hugo Manzato will try to fight him. They will go elbow to elbow. Manzato going side by side with Fonvieille. The two Frenchmen dueling in Calicut. And at the end of that battle, Kevin Fonvieille has the advantage, but for how long is the big question. We're seeing the best 250cc riders from across the world compete in this race. And here comes Lamarck on the inside of Hugo Manzato. Two Frenchmen dueling yet again. Manzato above the orange KTM. Lamarck above the Yamaha of Indy Wheelers. Here comes Lamarck once more on the left-hander. You can see him aggressively trying to carve out space on the inside line, but Hugo Manzato is just so smart, not leaving any room whatsoever for Michael Lamarck to move up into P2. If you finish second, you get 17. If you finish third, you get 15. And as it stands, Indy Wheelers Motorsport need every last point if they want to become team champion. Here comes Michael Lamarck after a tough couple of races in the other two categories. But now, victory belongs to Kevin Fonvieille. Once again, the French rider does the double in Calicut, and his teammate Michael Lamarck crosses the line in third. It's a very important 1 and 3 for Indy Wheelers Motorsport as they get a huge heap of points. And with that, Kevin Fonvieille is your new 250cc international champion in the Indian Supercross Racing League. For the 250cc Asia category, this is where the Gujarat Trailblazers have the best shot. The gates are about to drop. And for one last time, the 250cc Asia category is underway. It's a lightning getaway from Mohammed Zidane of Indonesia. There's no riders falling down on the track apart from Zidane. Zidane goes down again. There's commotion and chaos at the second corner of this track. Mohammed Zidane, for the 5th time this season, has gone down from the lead of this race. Here's what went down at the start. What's the yellow and black Kawasaki of Rice Stock Races? Mohammed Zidane had an incredible getaway. He slithered his way up into P1 and then made contact with Benchan, and that's how he fell down. Another rider is down. Wow, there is madness everywhere. Thanarat Benchan nearly went down. But guys, this is a landmark moment. Shlok Khorpade of India is currently in P2. What a performance it's turning out to be from Shlok Khorpade, who wasn't even supposed to race in this championship. He came in as an injury replacement and the 7-time national champion. And might soon also get the position. They go side by side on the berm. Shlok Khorpade is able to get a good exit, but Nakami Makarim has an incredible run. Shlok will have to do something special on the braking of this jump and nearly goes down. A small error from Shlok Khorpade. He's lost the podium place and he gets passed by Winston Salangam of Indonesia. The time has elapsed. Only 2 more minutes left to go in the final moto of the season for the 250 Asia Classic category. Winston Salangam is getting close though on Nakami Makarim. The two Indonesian riders giving it their best, but currently they are behind the Thai superstar, the reigning defending riders champion in the 250cc Asia category. It's Thanarat Benchan of BigRock Motorsport, and BigRock need this 1 and 2. Remember guys, and there comes the move. Winston Salangam making a big move for Indy Wheelers, goes from 3rd to 2nd, and they will relish every single bit of that. Indy Wheelers need all the points. They need every single point they can earn to become the champions. And BigRock Motorsport, in spite of being 1 and 2 for the entirety of the race, might now only get 1 and 3 unless Nakami Makarim can pull out something special. All the stars will go to his teammate. Tanarat Benjan wins once again. Last year's champion is a winner once more, and he gets crucial points for BigRock Motorsport. A 1 and 3 for BigRock as they take one giant leap towards retaining their Indian Supercross Racing League Teams Championship. BigRock Motorsport will be celebrating incredibly hard. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion in the 250cc Asia category for 2025, the Indonesian Delvintor Alfarizi has won it for Gujarat Trailblazers. What a moment this is going to be. The final race of the entire season. This will determine who walks out as not just your 450cc international champion, but also your champion of the Indian Supercross Racing League. We are about to crown our champion. Get ready, folks. Be on the edge of your feet, because for one last time, the Indian Supercross Racing League is going racing. We're underway for the 450cc international class. Turn 1 is hectic as usual, but every single rider gets away cleanly. The cleanest getaway goes to rider number 137. That's Adrian Escoffier for the Gujarat Trailblazers team. And look, he's got competition already. Indy Wheelers Motorsport with rider number 72, Lucas Imbert, with firm competition. The TVS Apache whole shot goes to Adrian Escoffier, but the whole shot means nothing if you're not able to win the race. And that is the challenge for Adrian Escoffier. But behind him comes a charging Matt Moss. He's able to take second place with a big lunge from a long way off. And last year's champion, the 9-time Aussie champion, is up into P2. And BigRock have a man in the top 3. They cross the finish line jump, and Matt Moss will pick his moment. He will move up into P1. A 4-way fight for P1. Matt Moss has picked this moment, and his biggest rival of the entire season, his biggest rival of the entire championship, Jordy Tixier, has also made a move, and he's up into P3 after having not the best start. We have not seen a battle for the top 4 be this close at any moment this season. 4 riders within 2 seconds. This is what the Indian Supercross Racing League is all about. John Short has moved his way up into P5. So now we have 4 different teams in the top 4, and John Short critically getting important points for BigRock. Jordy Tixier is getting closer once again. You can sense the excitement. Tixier is gaining, but there's a mistake. There's a mistake from Jordy Tixier. The BB Racing rider, the most successful rider in the history of this championship, has made a mistake, and that opens up the door for Indy Wheelers Motorsport to get 2 extra points. So now it's not Jordy Tixier, it's Lucas Imbert for Indy Wheelers Motorsport up into P3, and this could be crucial for the championship fight. There was the mistake from Jordy Tixier, losing control of his bike while trying to find Adrian Escoffier. And in the quest to find a position, he ended up losing one position. So now, Tixier has got to make up for his mistake. And the next rider on his shortlist is Lucas Imbert. Matt Moss started off this season with a win. And he was down on the ground. He was injured. He was seeing hazy visions. He was puking before the race, but he still went on. After that victory in Pune, Moss wins again in India. He's a winner in Kozhikode, and Matt Moss is your new 2025 450cc international champion. Matt Moss has won the championship yet again. The only rider to defend his Riders' Championship. The 9-time Aussie champion is now a 2-time Indian champion. Matt Moss is a winner, and he's a champion once again in the Indian Supercross Racing League. Giving back to the crowd who supported him right from the very beginning of this entire championship. Matt Moss, your champion, and now a certified legend in India by becoming a two-time Indian Supercross League champion. BigRock Motorsport are your new 2025 team's champion. They have defended their title from last year, and now BigRock Motorsport can call themselves two-time Indian Supercross Racing League team's champions.
Quickly moving on to 250cc India Asia. Quickly moving on to the 450cc international category. A very, very happy man. Julian Lebeau, Michael Lamarck and Calvin Fonvieille on the podium, please, for the overall championship. The champion with the maximum points, proudly picking up his trophy. The champ in the 250cc international category, Calvin Fonvieille, representing Apollo Indy Wheelers Motorsports. He's the champion in the 250cc India Asia category. What a ride! Number 1, red plate. An absolute treat to watch. Matt Moss, the most consistent rider, grabbing maximum points for BigRock and making BigRock Motorsports an absolute proud team.
And this is the moment, ladies and gentlemen, months of hard work, the